These men brutally killed and dismembered their partners. But what was the reason behind their gruesome actions? This is Cassandritz Blanc, arrested for killing his 6 months pregnant wife Martine Blanc and father-in-law Roosevelt Bernard. It all started when Blanc was called in for questioning at the police station about his missing father-in-law. Blanc confessed that he didn't know about it and that his wife had no contact with her parents. Because of the discrepancies in his testimony, the police grew suspicious and began to monitor Blanc. Soon, they will find a shocking truth about this case.
When's the last time your wife is missing currently, or hasn't been seen for a day or two?
My wife is missing. Well, here's what's going on.
Okay.
So
are you two having marriage problems, or
not at all?
Okay.
Not at all. We have a great marriage. So basically, I woke up and I saw a woman at my door.
When was this?
Tonight, actually.
Blanc now makes up a story of a woman who apparently breaks into his house and gives him Martine's belongings.
Know this woman? Describe her for me.
She's black. She said her name was, I think Shawnee, I think that's what she said. She's black. She has braids, a little short. She came inside my apartment.
Older, younger?
Younger. She looked young.
Like what age?
She looked 19.
Tall, skinny, short, fat?
Short, skinny. And I asked her, how did you come in? She said, I used her keys. I put it down in the kitchen.
Blanc says all of this with a straight face. The officer knows something is fishy about his story, so he asks Blanc a question, low-key offending him.
So,
I've got to ask you one thing. Have you ever been treated for mental illness?
Mental illness?
Right.
Do you say I have mental illness?
No, I'm asking you if you've ever been treated for it.
I don't have mental illness.
Okay, I didn't think so, but again, I don't know you, so I just have to ask.
Note that the officer has all the right to ask this question given Blanc's ridiculous argument to defend himself. He says a skinny teenager walked into his apartment, which scared him. This does not add up since Blanc could have easily tackled the woman and inquired about his missing wife.
She walked herself in and she just explained to me, here, read the text message.
Hold on. The keys, she let herself in with whose keys?
Martine's keys. And she had some kind of rag in her hand. And she just threw her belongings towards me.
Where are Martine's keys?
In the kitchen. She says.
In the kitchen in your apartment?
She says, yes, that's where she put it. Yes.
What do her keys look like?
It's got a big M. And
okay.
Yeah.
And if this bizarre story of an intimidating woman was not enough, Blanc makes another shocking claim about his wife.
Showed you a text message? On whose phone was the text message?
She told me, why don't you check the text message that she sent you? And I opened the text and I read it. And it's basically Martine just saying she's had enough. I've just read quickly, and she telling me she loves me. She doesn't want me to go through anything like that, you know. And I was just stunned, and I said, where is she? And she said she's with my brother, and they're doing it right now.
It is very clear that the officer is not buying anything that Blanc says, even though Blanc appears calm in his demeanor. His ridiculous story of a random woman would get him in deep trouble. Blanc might have forgotten that he lives in the time of CCTV and high technology. But wait, Blanc has more to say. After all, he has to connect his story to the other murder he committed after killing his wife. What do you think Blanc could have done to defend his story? Let us know your opinions in the comments below.
So basically, I read the text message. She was explaining, you know, her issues with her dad. She couldn't take it anymore. You know, basically, it was basically a lot of like animosity towards him through the text message, and she basically was like, you know, I did it, you know. And
did what?
like she was responsible for her dad's death.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, she said she was helped. You know, an individual named Juan.
Juan.
Yeah, Juan. And she said she took something about taking care of him too. You know,
She killed Juan too?
she said, yeah.
Had you known your wife to be violent before?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all, but a lot of weird things have been happening lately.
So basically, what Blanc implies here is that his wife, who is 6 months pregnant, plans to hire a killer for her father, and then she kills the hitman too. And because the wife is too dumb, she leaves a text message to Blanc, admitting her crimes, and then leaves Blanc too. If this doesn't make sense to you, well, don't worry. This won't make sense to the officer either. Remember the question about his mental health. Right now, the officer believes Blanc may be hallucinating, but in reality, he is just a cold-blooded murderer who killed his wife for a reason that will leave you furious for a long time.
I came home, I saw the text message about her going to the movie theaters with her sister because, you know, they were hanging out.
What movie were they going to? Any idea? Did she tell you?
I didn't ask. Because the reason I didn't ask is because when she and I go to the movie theaters, we just choose whichever one is either in the area or has the movie that we're looking for playing at.
So you don't have a particular theater that you go to?
we don't, because we use AT&T Thanks. It gives you a discount, and whatever movie we both decide on, we first start off with the one that's nearest us, see what time they're playing. If it doesn't fit, we go to the next nearest one, so on and what have you. So we don't have a designated movie theater, but to name you a few, AMC.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, she didn't tell you which one you were going. She was going to, and you don't know which one she went to, right? So,
I mean, I trusted her.
For someone who has just lost his wife, a baby, and his father-in-law, this man seems really interested in the theater talk. The officer had to interrupt his explanation to stop Blanc from wasting his time.
and tell me again, she knocked on the door and woke you up, or she
Opened.
came in and woke you up?
She opened the door.
Did you wake up when you heard the door open, or did she wake you up?
She woke me up.
How?
She just, hey.
She came into your bedroom? Where were you sleeping?
In the bedroom.
You didn't hear her come into the apartment?
Well, we just moved into the apartment. When I'm asleep, I don't really hear anything unless you're yelling at my ear.
Okay.
We just moved in. We don't really have furniture. We were actually planning to do that. It's been 2 months. You know, we just have a little bed. We were actually going to get a bed. We actually were going to get the bed that I had when I was living with my parents. It's a big old bed, and we were going to bring that to the apartment. We also bought a refrigerator.
How is the whole situation related to Blanc and Martine moving into a new apartment? Nobody knows, and not even Blanc. He has unsuccessfully managed to fit the unknown woman, his sleeping habits, and his move into a new apartment in one sentence. At this point, Blanc is uncomfortably blabbering about anything that comes into his mind. If he was as smart as we thought he was in the initial few minutes, Blanc would have given to-the-point answers and not gone into unnecessary details.
Okay. And what?
She said I'm her friend.
And what did her brother have to do with it?
Her brother wasn't in the apartment. She said her brother is taking care of the situation.
Okay.
About the text message.
Taking care of. What did you take that to mean?
So basically, my wife, after she said that she was, you know, responsible for her dad's passing, she said she didn't want to, something about not wanting to be in prison with a baby, giving birth, losing a child.
She said all this in a text message?
And yeah, she sent a really long paragraph. I had to scroll through.
Is that still on your phone?
Yes, sir.
Now, how do you get into your phone?
How do I get into
Yeah,
my
do you have a
phone?
passcode on the phone?
Yes, sir.
Are you going to give me that code? We need to get the message.
Yes, I can give it to you.
What's your code?
But I don't know her I don't know her passcode. Her passcode.
Blanc thinks his responses make sense. He is emotionless and comfortable in lying. However, his lies are flimsy, and his acting skills are horrible. On the other hand, the officer is brilliant at his job. His patience and empathy towards Blanc encourage him to speak more and think less. The officer has made Blanc believe that he is not in any trouble. He gives Blanc several chances to explain himself, lie, and contradict his own lies. Because Blanc receives so much respect and patience from the officer, he tries his best to make himself look like a trustworthy, yet clueless man.
She didn't, as far as I know, she didn't kill because she wanted to kill herself. Based on the message, she didn't want to, like I said, be
Well, did this woman say that your wife was already dead? This one that came
She said, my brother is taking care of it. And
so her brother was going to kill your brother, your wife killed her father and won.
So it sounds like my wife killed herself, or she's the type of person that she, how can I say it? She doubts herself a lot. She doubts. She's easily scared. So a lot of times
But she would have killed herself in a 5 or 6 hour period because she was alive at 7 o'clock when you went to 6 o'clock when you went to Hollywood. She was alive when you got the text message at 9 o'clock after the interview.
I told her, you need to go see Investigations right now because they're wanting to speak to you tonight. It's very serious. It's your dad. Your dad
And
is
you think
dead.
that's why she killed herself?
I think so. She
admitted it in the message. She didn't want to go through the consequences.
Cassandra, I just want to make sure that I've got this right, because I don't want to take notes and be completely off on this. You go down and you talk to the Hollywood guys. They're getting a little confrontational with you. It kind of throws you off. You leave. Somebody's following you. You go back to your place.
Two cars.
Two cars. A couple people are following you. You go back to your place. You do a shot. You crash. You're not that concerned about your wife because you're getting a text message from her saying that she was there when you left at about 7 p.m. Monday. About 6 p.m. Monday or whatever it was.
I wasn't concerned because I left.
And she sent you a text message
I
saying...
left and she was there. And when I said I'm coming to pick you up, she was like, I'm at the... Joanne picked me up to go to the movie theater.
And this was sometime around...
After... When I said, you need to go to see Investigations.
Okay, this was after you'd already talked to the investigators.
Right.
8 or 9 o'clock.
After I texted her to say, I'm coming to pick you up so that we can go together for you to speak to Investigations.
Okay, so 8 or 9 o'clock last night.
And it's like something like that. And
okay.
It's like she...
Well, bear with me for a minute. We'll come back to that. So that's the last time that you actually hear from her, correct? Well, that you're actively texting back and forth. You go back somewhere around midnight, before, after, have a shot, and crash.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, it's somewhere around 4 o'clock, and there's a woman in your bedroom that you don't know who she is. She's waking you up. She tells you to check your phone.
But wait, this is not the full story yet. Blanc adds one more ridiculous lie to his already loophole-filled story.
Telling you that your wife's dead. Or pay attention, your wife's dead, and here's a gun that she used to kill herself?
No, she said that my brother's taking care of it. Mm-hmm. You're probably going to need this.
So that's not the gun that your wife killed her father.
It's very unexpected how Blanc trapped himself in his own story. He might have stuck to the unknown woman part, but he had to make sure that all of the blame goes on to someone else. Even with the gun he possessed, which he used to kill his father-in-law and his wife, Blanc thought of getting rid of the blame by putting it onto the unknown woman. Did he not know that it's illegal to possess a gun? Or did he not have a license? We don't know that so far.
I believe it is because she just handed it to me, and it seems as though that is her brother's gun because based on the text message, her brother is the one that's using the gun so that she can kill herself. So it may very well be she either doesn't have one or has one. I honestly don't know these people.
So do you think that's the same gun she used to kill herself?
I mean, the way she said my brother's taking care of it, it sounds to me like maybe he was either helping her with the process or cleaning up the aftermath or whatever.
Okay. But was your understanding was that that gun killed both her father and her?
Yes.
Okay. Did she tell you where she shot her father?
No.
Blanc could have easily remained silent when the officer asked the question about the gun. He did not need to guess that his wife and father-in-law were killed with the same gun. At this point, he is indirectly asking the officer to arrest and charge him with first-degree premeditated murder.
I mean, you're the police department, they grabbed a hold of you, they put you in handcuffs, they put you in the back of the car, they got you sitting here handcuffed to a table, and you haven't even asked me why. And I understand, things throw people off. And
I already asked them why. They told me because of suspicious activities,
Okay.
because I was walking with my hoodie.
Let me.
I thought that.
And I think you deserve. I think you deserve me being straight with you. I told you when I came in here that I wouldn't play games to you. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to do that type of thing. So I want to give you the chance to clear things up. The police were following you yesterday.
The officer has had enough of Blanc's lies. Now he tells Blanc what he really thinks about him, throwing him completely off guard. The truth is that Blanc killed his wife for allegedly disrespecting him, and killed his father-in-law while he was sleeping in his house.
After you left, but you already kind of knew that. When you went to Walmart, what did you buy at Walmart?
When I went, what did I buy?
Right.
I didn't buy anything.
Well, you came out with a bag. I mean, they're going to know. They're going to find a bag and the receipt, and they'll go back to the store.
Oh, gloves, yeah. Gloves.
The rubber gloves.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't
No,
understand.
that's all right. And again, Cassandritz,
I'm sorry, I didn't remember.
That's fine. I like you personally. I find you interesting to talk to. But within the next few minutes or two, you're going to have to make that decision. Either you're going to be straight with me and you're going to give me some reasons, and you're going to get this off your chest and you're going to start working in that direction. Not only were they following you in the car, but there was more than two. There were several more.
It's time for Blanc to speak the truth and go to jail. Or not speak the truth and still go to jail. Do you think Blanc could have saved himself if he had come up with a better story? Let us know in the comments below.
You're ready to let it go. Just let it go. What happened? Cassandritz, what happened? How come? Where did it happen?
My life is done.
Where did it happen? Was it in the apartment?
After being told that he was monitored all along, the way he carried and dumped body parts of his wife, balance finally gives in. He would be charged with 2 counts of premeditated murder and is being held in prison without bond. To watch more of these videos, subscribe to our channel and get the latest information about true crime.